Hello everybody, you're here with Cle De Peau Beauty with your host Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today is going to be an exciting day. I actually was waiting for other products that I ordered to arrive before I did this video, but they haven't gotten here. You're probably going to get here like Monday or Tuesday, which is tomorrow or the next day. So that video will be coming. But today I do have new things. Some very new and others new to me. So one of them is I have the Chanel Le Blanc, the highlighter, the new highlighter. This is gorgeous. So we're gonna be trying this. I also got, this one is not new, but it is new to my collection. It is the Sisley Les Orchidées Rose. Here you go. And there's like 4. I think this came out like 2 years ago. I don't hear a lot about them, but I wanted to try it out. I'm gonna try some of Chanel Duo eyeshadows. I have 2 for you. I'm not gonna try both, but you'll see what I'll do with them. Well, let me just take those things so I can show them properly. So we have here La Crème Luxe Eye Duo in Plaza San Marcos and in Monte Carlo. So those are going to be coming up. I might use some Lisa Eldridge liquid eyeshadow, I might not. So if you're interested in all of these goodies, keep on watching. Okay, so what do I have in my face? Of course, number one, the Chanel foundation. I did pour a little bit of, which I don't talk enough about it, but this is the Chanel. This is the Le Corrector de Chanel in Rose. Now, this is not like a concealer, but I use it as a concealer, it's a corrector. But this rosy really brightens up your eyes. It doesn't cover the blue that well, but it really brightens up. I reach for this when I feel that my eyes look a little tired, a little swollen. You know, when I need a little lift me up, I always reach for this one. Not necessarily that at the end result, I'm like, oh my God, my eyes look brightened and lifted. No, but I don't know, it does something, and at least I feel like something. Maybe it brights up a little bit with the rosy or my yellow skin. Not sure, but I do reach for it. One of you commented about this concealer, and it is, I agree, it's actually the concealer that I reach for the most when I'm making my whole face or when I really want to cover blue, although it's not like a super coverage, you can tell. This is the fabric, Giorgio Armani fabric, powder fabric, and I have it in number 3. I'm not sure why I reach for this that often. It covers a tiny bit. I think the reason I love it so much is because it won't give you Cruella style, if you know what I mean. So it won't do, you know, not nice things. And so I just feel that it covers a little bit more. I don't use it that often. I don't want to, you know, it is my favorite, it is the one I use. But I don't think it does the effect of completely covering and look flawless. I mean, you will need a little, I think a little heavier. None of my concealers do that. Like I have the Cle De Peau, and I have the YSL with Illuminating. None of them will completely cover like a Tarte tape, you know, or one of those. Probably, I haven't tried the Pat McGrath that they say is amazing. So I just like this a little more a la Naturel. I don't want to keep going on and on because that's not what we're here for, but I just thought it was important because some of you have commented. All right, so why we're here for, really the feature of this video is obviously the Chanel, and this is Reve De Camelia Illuminating Powder. So I want to start with this because this is the brand new, the feature of this video and the whole fuss. It was not going to be available in the United States. It is already available in Europe, I don't know about Australia or Canada, but now I hear that it will be available in the United States. Not yet though. I received this there's a girl in Instagram called Cheek Profile. I think if not, I'll list it down below. I think she's based in England, and sometimes she has a service where she will send things to the United States or to anywhere really, I think. So she is the one that sent me this. So I'm very appreciative of that, because at least I can put my hands on it. So what I wanted to start doing, so again, I have the foundation that I said, the concealer that I said, I did put some mascara. I used the Cle De Peau because I didn't want to totally be bare. And I'm having Victoria Beckham lip liner in 3, which is like my lips. It's just you see it because I line outside of it. And I did put some gloss from Lisa Eldridge, and I'm using Charm, just so you know. And the whole trick of the look today is going to be very casual and fantasizing on the Illuminating. So I don't know, but let me swatch it. It's so pretty and kind of level. You see the layers up, that I feel bad by swatching it, but I did it. All right, so it barely will show. Maybe the wrong place to put it. Let me swatch it and put it right here. Yeah, you can see. So I like it, and the reason I ordered and went through all that trouble to get it, well, first I didn't know it was going to be available in the States, but second, because it has that champagne, so it's not golden, but almost, if you see, it's almost my skin color. So it does have golden or yellowish, I don't know how you want to call it, tone. So it's not the rosier, and it does highlight. Now I've heard in some, I haven't seen many reviews, but in some, that it emphasizes a little bit the texture of the pores. Now I don't have trouble with pores. My pores, that's not one of my issues. But if it emphasizes the texture, and you can see already there, I mean, look at my skin, and my skin is not like, you know, those hands that are beautiful and porcelain, and you know, I work a lot with my hands, and so, but you can see already how the texture, I mean, can you? Yeah. So you see the illuminating, but you see the texture of my skin. So that might not work very well on the cheeks, but let's try it. I love the color. So I'm using the Sonia G Designer Pro. And so taking a little bit, I am going to, yeah, I can see, can you see all the flying away, which is what we want. That's why we top it, right? So now and today I'm feeling a little dull and tired. I don't know, you have those days that you just like, oh my God, you don't look the prettiest. There's some days that you just feel radiant. Today is not one of those days. Today I feel dull and tired. I don't necessarily feel tired, but I feel I look like I feel tired. So yesterday I did feel a little tired. So anyway, is there any difference? I mean, I have nothing here, and I have some there. I'm not seeing a big difference. I mean, maybe some reflecting is more unity, because I see something is reflecting back. And of course, why is it reflecting? It's not just the light, it's also the foundation, right? I mean, nowadays everything has some kind of illuminating. And I did use the, I don't remember if I apply a little, yes, I did. So I apply a tiny bit of the Bobbi Brown Illuminating Balm. Here it is. And if you've seen some of my videos, you know that I love this thing. I actually got a sample of it, and I love it so much. I ordered the full thing. I really, really recommend this. The only thing I wouldn't use this with is under the Westman Atelier foundation sticks, because I think it rubs not the right way. I mean, it brings the product up, if you know what I mean. But if you're using any other foundation, I love that. So let's go back to this illuminating thing. So do we see a difference? live right here in my mirror, I do see it. I do see just a light reflecting, but I'm not sure you will catch on that. So I don't know if I should compare it to another one, or, you know, put another one on the other cheek for you guys, or just continue applying this. I'm putting it on the eye too, because it's not so strong highlight where it will be like, oh, highlighted all over. No, and it's not, I wouldn't use it as a blurring powder for nothing. Yeah, it is emphasizing a little bit there. You see here? See, you don't see that here. You see this? And this? Wow. So it does emphasize the texture a little bit. I'm trying to remember what was the other recent highlighter that I got. Let me see. Oh, I know which one we were gonna compare it to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You recognize what this is? This is Chantecaille. Beautiful highlight. I mean, it's a fair, because this is more cool tone, pearly, pinkish. It's the same as, let's see what else I can compare with. Oh, you know which one yes. All right, I'm not gonna compare it to that. What I'm gonna compare it with is the Charlotte Tilbury, one of my favorites. Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. The reason is because it's also in the yellowish tone. So, well, this one looks a little more bronzier, right? This one looks a little more yellower. That's interesting. All right, would it be fair comparison? Well, let me swatch it on my, here is the Chanel. Okay. It's a fair comparison, I would say, right? But look at the texture, guys. I mean, look at the texture from one and the other. I can see like every line, you know, in between my pores and things. This one is smoothing. This one smoothes out, right? Oh boy. I mean, we love Chanel. We love Chanel. Let's not go wrong with that. But so far, yeah, this one is also in the cooler, so it wouldn't be fair. I don't know how many I will pull out, but let me just do this Becca, which is a little vanilla. Is this one? Yeah. Now, how is this compare? Not really, right? So this one then has a little bit of rose. I think the best comparison was right here with the Charlotte Tilbury, because I can pull out the Dior's and things like that, but with this rosiness, you know that I always say Charlotte Tilbury is the queen of the rose gold. And I think this Chanel is hitting that way. I mean, even if I pull out the other Chanel recent, like the, let's see here. Yeah, it won't compare at all. I mean, it has that peachiness, right? But nope. So there's no, all right, I'll put a little, well, should I put I'll put a little bit of this on the cheek so you see. And then we'll equalize it just for comparison, right? But I put too much, maybe. Oh, you can see it, right? Yeah, this is one of my favorites. And this is pretty. It just gives a different effect. This one you can really see. Yeah. This one is a little brighter. It has something. See, the Charlotte Tilbury one, even though it's a favorite, it's a bestseller. I mean, this is a must-have, this duo. And you pull it out for any look, really, if you just want to contour a little and illuminate. I mean, But I have a feeling I will pull this one out nowadays, because I do see this one always takes me to the warmth of the rose gold, but in a, I don't know if to say golden, in a tanner sort of way. This one, it gives me the vibe of cooler. That's a good transition to move along. So let me keep applying this, and I'm gonna put a little bit on now on the other side. We already saw the comparison. I'm gonna leave this side with only Chanel, just so. But this side, I added that, and just to continue with what we're doing, I'm gonna put a little contouring since we're here. Just a tiny bit, because I did in bronze, and since the look today is gonna stay very, very basic, I think it will be good to have a little bit of the contour, right? But this side is only Chanel. This side has both. You know, the thing about having both, that's also looking good, because this one is kind of a blurring, powder with illuminating. It's not a blurring powder because Charlotte Tilbury has its blurring powder, which is pretty good. I had the 2 and the 1. Not as good as the Chantecaille in my opinion, but it's pretty good. All right, so let's continue. The next thing I want to do before trying the blush, because I do want to pink up a little bit here, is I was seeing in the Instagram of the Dior, the new Dior that are coming with the Balms, and now they came up with other new lipsticks. And the whole look for the fashion shows is a very neutral face. They actually advertising a lot their new foundation and their new concealer, and then they powder that up. So they do want to neutralize the whole face, looking very bare. And then they're adding, this is what I want to do with you all. I had here. They added silver. Now the one I saw was from the Dior backstage. They have the cool tones palettes. I only have warm and rose. So I think I'm gonna get the cool tones now, but they have some silver in there. So it's a little cooler than this, but I just thought this would look great. And this is the Le Chrome Luxe Eye Duo from Chantecaille, the Piazza San Marcos. So I'm gonna grab some of the silver in the Sonia G flat definer. And by the way, one of you, I think my Serious Voice subscriber, that's the name of the subscriber, or the name of the account of the subscriber. So I'm gonna apply this here. She suggested gray brushes, and I went looking for them. So I haven't made the order, but I probably will get some order from it. And one of those brushes look very, very similar to this. And so that's why I'm gonna order it, because this is so useful. It's precise, it's concise, it applies nice, especially for hooded eyes. But the Dior that I saw going back, sorry I'm jumping around. I hope that you can follow where I'm going with this. So what they're doing is very, very pale face, and then just a little bit emphasization of the silver. And I think this eyeshadow does perfectly that. I do have Chantecaille, a little more silver, cooler, more sparkly colors, but I think this is more than good enough. I can't compare it to the one that you use in Dior, but I will soon, because I'm gonna get that palette. I like those palettes. They backstage. It's like 3 or 4 palettes. You get a lot of products in there. Not very expensive. They work well. They're not their 5, what do they call it? King, the 5 eyeshadows in a quad. It's not a quad. It's a queen, whatever you call it. So it's not that. It has 9. but it's very useful. That's why they use it for backstage. Let me show you what I mean. I'm sure you know already, because I know in this channel, you guys are amazing. You guys are so knowledgeable. So what I'm talking about is these things. So this is one of their warmer. This is backstage. What is this? Amber neutrals. I don't reach for this that much. That's the truth. But they're great shadows. And so I want to get that cooler tone, which has that silver. Although this will work. And I have other silvers. I have silvers from Dior as well. Okay, this is not about everything I have. So I love it. So this is all they kind of do. So we're going to leave it like that as well. Of course, the reason I'm debating, I always been a very big fan of Dior foundations. They have been my favorite. But for some reason, now that I'm almost to turn 50, like around 48, I don't know. I started shifting to other foundations. And I hesitate about going back, even though one of my favorites, I will go to the Backstage Foundation Dior. Why that? Because the other formula has been reformulated. I haven't tried them. I've hear reviews, mixed reviews. So I don't know if I want to go to try that, but just saying if you do, because in my age, we don't want a lot of powder there. We don't want a lot of products. And I did start it by saying how much I use the least as possible under my eyes. Hey, that's me. Anywho, one of the last products I'm going to try today is the Sisley, and I already said the name on, if not, Les Orchidées Rose 2. I saw this once. How did I get to remember about these things? I don't remember, but I saw the pink and I love it. They have a coral and they have another one more bronzier. And apparently this blush has illuminating qualities to it. And so let me swatch it for you. Well, it's hard to swatch because it really becomes sort of your skin. You see that? So you don't see a lot of payout in the swatch, but you will see my cheeks turn pink for sure. So if I do it like this, it's almost like the rosy glow of Dior. Let me pull it out so I can compare it. And yeah, the rosy glow. But it's not used the same way. Let me swatch it right next to it. And what I mean by that, yes, you're not going to be able to see a big difference. So here's Rosy Glow. And here's the Sisley. Well, let me swatch next to it. You don't see the Rosy Glow has like a purpley lilac to it. Here's Rosy Glow. And this is Sisley. Sisley, you see, once I put it like that with that much violet or purple to it, this one looks a little more peachy, but not at all. It's rose, okay? But they're used for very different effects. The Rosy Glow is almost like a transparent powder that you put at the end of your makeup, and it's just to pink you up a little bit more. It doesn't matter what colors you put in your face. If I'm feeling it's becoming too brown, too much, too peachy, I always bring this and it cools it down a little bit. But I don't use it as a blush because as a blush, I don't think it looks that great. This one is a blush and it will do the same effect. I have to explain that because in the swatch, well, you did see a difference once yeah, you can see the difference now. But, well, let's apply it. Talk and talk and talk and not application. So, there you have it. Now I'll tell you what I love about this blush and what I don't like, or why would I pull it out or not pull it out. So it is illuminating, it's not flat, very lightly, not as much as the Dior Montagnier or one of those are really illuminating. You can almost see the sparks. So this one kind of melts into your skin, the same as cream blush would. It doesn't feel the same at all. It's not about texture, but the effect of kind of becoming your skin and not look on top of it. Well, I guess if you can say there's cream blushes that do look on top of your skin, but I hope you understand what I mean. This kind of becomes your skin. And so it starts looking very, very natural and beautiful. But not natural like it's your cheeks. You can tell I have blush on. But texture-wise and just the effect of it is very sort of natural, nonchalant, casual, and yet beautiful. So today, just with that pink underneath and the blush and the highlight, so this is a look. And look, I just put that gloss. I still feel it on. I'm talking about the Lisa Eldridge. I still feel it on. So my lips still feel moisturized. However, I don't see the gloss that much. I see the color a little bit, but not the wetness or the light reflecting. So that's interesting to know. But yet, I feel very natural, very uplifted for sure. Yeah. So I hope you like the very, very natural, soft sort of look. Now the next thing I'm gonna do, so final thoughts. Let's do some final thoughts. The highlight. Even though it emphasizes a little bit of the skin, like I show, it's not even there anymore. I think I touch it. The Charlotte Tilbury is still there a little bit, you see. But the Chanel is sort of dissipated. I might have touched it a little bit. Yeah, because I don't see it at all. Look at here. So this is Chanel. This is Charlotte Tilbury. So the interesting part, let's see. I do see what we discussed with the texturing. I don't have large pores, so it doesn't bother me. But I did put it on this side as well. I forgot about that. But this one is Chanel only. And when I squint, I do see a little texture. So final thoughts. We went through this, right? It might not be for everybody. I am very glad I got it. I would recommend it in this sense that it's kind of a golden, neutral, cool. So if you don't mind that little texturing, which is minor really, but it is there. So I like it. I will reach for it. I can follow up on that and see if sometimes you think you will and then you don't, but I'm happy I got it. So I would recommend it. Just keep that in mind. It's very different than you saw the things that I pull out. And I do tend to go for a cooler highlighter just because it brightens up more my face. And so I like that this it's not so cool like Cerebral Platinum or things like that. All right, enough about that. The blush I love. I don't know why it took me so long to discover it. I really like it. I know Sisley has very flat blushes as well. I haven't tried those. This is Illuminating blush, but I'm very happy I got it. I'm considering getting some of the others. I haven't because I do own the coral from Chanel that is new to my collection. I don't want another coral. It's not even the best color for me, but when I'm in a mood for coral, I have. And then they have another peachy one, but I have so much peach. And then they have one that is a little more browner, tanner. That's why I haven't ordered the other colors. But if you have a preference for any of the other colors, it's lovely, it's a must. It's just beautiful. I do recommend it. And of course, these ones I love. I have like 6 of them. I think every color. I really like them. You saw how nice you can use it. And so that's about it. The next video I'm gonna do, just so you know, I'm gonna be trying, I have like 6 or 7 of the glosses from Lisa Eldridge. So it's gonna be a gloss video. If you are interested in watching that, I'll link it down below. So that's it. Thank you very much for tuning in. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. please ring the bell in the right hand corner and please give it a thumbs up. I'm not sure if it does much. I appreciate it when I see it, and I've heard that it helps bring my channel up in the queue. Not sure, I haven't figured out how that works, but please tell a friend about my channel. That will be helpful, and I really appreciate you all. Big kisses. Thank you. See you next time.